Nothing says Christmas like shirtless men. The candy cane scene. That is the man that awakened my femininity. You made it. It's so good to see you. You know, I thought since we had so much fun during our spooky sleepover in October, we could have a Christmassy holiday sleepover in December for Bookmas. I'm so glad you came. We're gonna have so much fun tonight. We have about an hour or so before the sun sets. So I'm thinking, let's talk about our books, read a little bit, make dinner, and then just have a cozy evening. So my current read, which I'm hoping to finish tonight during our sleepover, is How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Megan Quinn. This seems to be like the most popular holiday romance on Book Talk this year, so I really wanted to read it and know what's up and why it's so popular. I'm on page 274 out of 470, which is very long for a Christmas romance. This is basically like almost a retelling of The Grinch in a way. Like, not exactly, but it's very inspired by The Grinch. So our Grinch, his name is Cole, after like, because he's a grump, so it's like, oh, if you're on the naughty list you get like Cole for Christmas, but so he's like C-O-L-E, but I'm pretty sure it's actually like that, and that's why he's named Cole. And it's funny because his best friend, who ends up being his jolly sidekick, is named Max. Really, it's like a nickname for his last name, but I'm pretty sure in The Grinch his dog is named Max. He's the town grump, and this is in this small town called Kringleton in Colorado, and they celebrate Christmas year-round. Everything is super festive. There's a guy, Bob Krampus, I think his name is, and he's Santa, and they have this annual like competition, I forget what it's called, but it's to find out who is like the most merry of all and who's like the cringlest Kringle in Kringletown. And so usually Story, who our female main character is, she grew up going to this town to celebrate with her Aunt Cindy, which I realized after like Cindy Lou Who. Aunt Cindy used to compete in the competition every year, and she would always get second place. This year, she kind of broke her hip, so she needs people to take care of her. So Story and Taryn, her sister, are back in town. They haven't, or at least Story hasn't been there in like 10 years. And Taryn ends up like kind of helping take care of Aunt Cindy health-wise, and Aunt Cindy's like, Story, your job, you need to compete in this competition for me. Mr. Grump, Cole, has some beef and backstory with Story, and so he's like, no way, she cannot be in this competition. She's not allowed to win. So even though he's a grump, he hasn't really celebrated Christmas, even though he lives in this Christmas town. He's like, you know what, no. And he enters the competition and is competing against her. At the beginning of each chapter, there's like a little like poem that like rhymes, so it's about like whatever is happening in that chapter. It's very silly and goofy, and it's very camp. I'm really enjoying it. It's just so silly. They have these like competitions. There was an eggnog competition, there was a candy cane competition, eggnog fruitcake, lights, Christmas lights. It's just so festive and silly, and so I'm really excited to keep reading, and I'll continue to tell you my thoughts on it. Enough about my book. What book are you reading today? That sounds really good. Okay, you have to keep telling me like what your thoughts are throughout the night as you continue to read it. Guys, breaking the fourth wall here, can you please actually like comment what you're reading so that I don't feel like I'm crazy just talking to a camera like I'm Dora going, what book are you reading? Like, please actually respond. Thank you. Makes me feel less alone here in the sleepover by myself. Okay, back to our sleepover. Okay, let's get to reading. Whoa. Hello, son. I forgot that there are pictures in this book. There's only a few during different scenes, and I never know what's coming. Like, as soon as you open the book, there's this picture. There's a picture from some competitions. There's a picture of their first kiss, and I just never know when to prepare for it. And I turn the page, and there's a picture in regards to the candy cane scene. the candy cane scene. Oh! I feel so cozy and refreshed. I had a nice warm shower. I thought it'd be a perfect time to get the cookies going to prep for our movie night. The only holiday cookies that my grocery store had were these M&M mini holiday sugar cookies. They don't have like the Pillsbury ones that have like, I don't know, like the elf or Santa hat or anything like that on it, or reindeer. I don't know why, but I'll take what I can get. I do want to try one of the frozen ones, just the dough. I know they say not to do that, but what's life without living on the edge just a little bit? Cheers! That's good. I got Pentatonic's Christmas playlist. Let me know, if you were a theater kid, does Pentatonics hit the hardest out of all Christmas music? They're the best. I can't explain it. Maybe because I sang so many of their arrangements in high school, but it just hits home for me. I have a nice candle going. I picked out my mug for when we make hot chocolate. I figured I'd wait till we get closer to like watching the movie because I don't want it to get cold by the time we actually sit down and watch. I made a good chunk of my way through my book. I'm almost done. I'm on page 398 out of 470. Sorry, this lighting is not good. Let's move to a better lighting while we wait for the oven to preheat to talk about our books. Okay, that's better. So as I was saying, I'm really liking it so far. It's really cute just seeing their relationship arc as it changes. It does say on the back of the book that they have like a fake relation. Really, as soon as I sit down, that's when the oven decides, okay, I'm ready. One moment. I just realized you saw something that you're not supposed to see yet. Cookies are in the oven. I feel like you guys got a sneak peek, so I feel like I should show you a little something. I do have a huge book haul to film for January, but I've been storing them on Glinda on the bottom half. So I've been trying to like be sneaky in videos. I don't know if you can see these bottom 3 books are turned around so you can't see where they actually are. Should I show you some of my book haul? I feel like one that probably stood out the most was this one. I did buy the full box set, oh hello Sarah J Maas, of ACOTAR. No idea if I'm gonna like it, but I bought all 5 books. There were a few that I did show in my 25 books I want to read in 2025. Finding 13, look at the special edition. Are you kidding me? And then another one I think I did show in the 2025 TBR is Betting on You by Lynn Painter. There's another special edition. I'll show you one more. So I did get the first 6 books. I think that's all of them, excluding the novellas of Shatter Me. I have no idea if I'm gonna like it, but I got them all at a great price on Facebook Marketplace, so I got all 6 books. Don't tell anyone, okay? They can't know until the book haul, so people don't watch this video, they're gonna miss out. But as I was saying, this book, I'm liking it. I do think it's very spicy, so if that's not your thing, probably won't like this. It is kind of slow burn. Nothing really happens between them until like 200-ish pages in. Once they make their relationship spicy, it's a huge thing they want to do all the time because they're trying to keep it hidden. They're trying to make it seem like they're fake dating to some people, which is on the back of the book, but also like they still are enemies while also having a real connection. So of course that that type of situation and circumstances does like heat up the passion of like, oh, we're sneaking around and like, oh, like when will I get to kiss you again, and like that type of stuff. So like it makes sense that like there's all of that like tension there that makes them want to be spicy a lot, but it is a lot. And like even if the characters are doing that, the author doesn't need to be writing out all of these spice scenes. And I'm rooting for them. I would like to see a few more scenes of them being a little bit more emotionally connected, but like they have been very emotionally connected. I'm invested in their story and in their past when they were teenagers and friends, and then reconnecting as adults. I think it's really sweet and wholesome, and its competition is really fun. So I'm really curious who's gonna win the competition, who's gonna be the most Kringle there ever was, and how is their relationship going to progress after Christmas, because she's only here for Christmas, right? How is your book going? That's good. I'm glad to hear you're enjoying it. It's hot. I got the projector going, I got my hot chocolate and my cookies. Now, I've already know what movie I want to watch, so I hope you're okay with it. One of my favorite Netflix holiday rom-com, cheesy rom-coms is Single All the Way. And I watch it almost every night to fall asleep. And at the end, this is always the movie that is showing. The Merry Gentleman. To save her parents' small-town nightclub, a Broadway dancer stages an all-male, Christmas-themed revue and meets a guy with all the right moves. And who is that man? That is the one and only Chad Michael Murray, folks. The love of my life since 2004, A Cinderella Story, Austin Ames. That is the man that awakened my femininity. So he's playing a little dancer I think I want to see. Before we watch though, taste test. I was worried that they were like too light, but I think they are cooked. I think it's okay. Ready? Cheers. Boop. Mmm. Tastes like Christmas. That's really good. The inside is soft but still cooked. It just tastes so like sweet and sugary. It feels so homey. I got my hot chocolate. It's really a high level, so I'm really scared of moving this around. But it still needs to cool just a little bit. Cheers. Let's watch this fun Christmas movie together. She's a rockette. Not gonna lie, she looks a little dead in the eyes. Okay, a lot dead in the eyes during this performance. Okay, her stare while performing scares me. Look who plays the mom. I don't know her name, but she's an icon and I love her. Also that wig, horrendous. Is he wearing a wig or is it just spray dyed? Hey Chad. Hi Boo. He just has the perfect little nose and his voice. Oh, I love you, sir. I know you're married with children, but consider me. I'm kidding, I don't want to be a homewrecker. The mom from Wizards of Waverly Place. I met David DeLuise the other day, fun fact. Earlier she was watching the Prince movie, I forget what it's called, A Christmas Prince on Netflix in her apartment. And now look, Belgravia Royals attend.
Nice to meet you, city girl.
Why does the country guy always make fun of the city girl? When I move back home, there better be a hot country guy being like, oh, LA? She's so clumsy. We're only like not even 30 minutes into the movie and already he's like, I'm so grateful you're in my life. What? The whole time I'm just thinking how I would do it as like if I was the actress. There's a candy cane dance. Yes, Daddy! We got a silver fox on our hands. Oh, okay. They're really weird kissers together. Oh my God, that was really awkward. I did not like that. weird. That was a really weird kiss. Oh, what are you doing, Chad? Yes! Oh! Okay, this is a better kiss. It's better. They just needed to work it out and practice. Oh, to get to kiss, oh, to be lifted by Chad Michael Murray. Wow. Nothing says Christmas like shirtless men. It is like 10:30, so I thought let's get cozy in bed and finish our books together. Without saying any details, can I just say that I don't like Taryn, story sister. She honestly has been frustrating me throughout most of this book, but now on pages like 441, like seriously? The chicken parm. Wow, full circle. You know how I just said the chicken parm, wow, that's full circle? Turn the next page to the epilogue. And I'm gonna say this one line, it's out of context, so it's not spoiling anything. And it just says, did you notice how I came full circle with the chicken parm? Clever, right? I feel like they were set up for a potential sequel. I don't know if I'm reading into it, but it seemed like maybe next year we'll get someone else's story, maybe? Don't mind the way I look, I just woke up. This is what you're getting. But it's a few days later and I was on Instagram and I saw Megan Quinn posted that there's a sequel to How My Neighbor Stole Christmas. I think it's called Merry Christmas, You Filthy Animal. I think that's what it's called. Here's the photos. It's coming out next year and I was right. It's gonna be Max's story. I called it. I so called it. 98 books down. Only 2 more to go to reach my goal. It is about midnight and I have to get up early for work tomorrow. So I think we're gonna head to bed. I got my comfort movie, Single All the Way, playing right next to me to help me relax as I fall asleep. Nothing says Christmas like shirtless men. And I think I will catch up with you in the morning to talk about our books and our final readings and our final thoughts. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. I'll have to get up to turn off the light. That's more like it. Hey, good night. Good morning, guys. How'd you sleep? That's good. I woke up in the middle of the night a few times, and then I had to wake up early. So I did finish How My Neighbor Stole Christmas last night, which I'm so impressed with myself for reading an almost 500-page book in a very short amount of time. But I really enjoyed this book. I think I'm gonna rate it 4 stars. I was kind of thinking maybe 4.25, but I'm feeling 4-star just because there's elements of it that I'm like, okay, this isn't like great writing. But it's still just like, it's fun, and it's like for what it is, it's awesome. And like I mentioned, there's like the little poems at the beginning of each chapter that rhymes, and it's like the kind of like Dr. Seuss, but it's about what's going on, and sometimes it's, you know, flirty and whatever. But there's also times where like during that moment, the narrator, well, it's like breaks the fourth wall and then talks with the character, and like it's usually only Cole that talks with the narrator, and it's like, hey, why are you saying that, or whatever, and they have like a little, they talk about it, and it's like cute and like funny and whimsical, but it also takes me out a little bit where I'm like, so like you're acknowledging that you're making them this way, and then like the characters sharing like what they actually want or don't want or whatever, and then I'm like, wait, this is weird, it's taking me out of it. I do think it could have been less spicy. The whole Christmas competition was so much fun. The love story was really fun. I always love when there's like backstory between characters, and then like when they like reunite, and the enemies to lovers, and like them kind of, it was a really interesting take because it was like they were fake dating at one point, but then they were like reverse fake dating. They had to make certain people think they were dating, other people think that they weren't, and at one point they weren't actually dating, but then at one point they were. Like it was just really funny and like goofy, and all the Christmas holiday shenanigans. And so I think this is a great book to like, get you in the holiday spirit and just like in that fun mood. Makes me want to watch like Christmas rom-coms. So thanks for joining me for this holiday book sleepover. I hope you had fun, because I know I did.
Well, that's my life. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I hope you enjoyed it, because I know I did.
Only one more Bookmas video to go. I will see you then. Until then, happy holidays.